the 5-year clock has 2 clocks, one for contributions and one for conversions. Hey, Joe, Big Al, Andi, you are my favorite podcasters.
Bam.
Wow. Nice.
Boom. Podcasters.
Oh, yeah, it's boom. Sorry.
Could be pow as well. Boom, bam, pow. My dad is 93 years old, or years young. He's still pretty active. His drink of choice is Tullamore Dew.
Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew.
Tullamore Dew.
Tullamore Dew. I've had Tullamore Dew before. And he drives a Buick LaCrosse. Oh, did they still make those?
I don't think so. I think he's had it for 25 years.
He does say it's a tank.
It's a tank. He's been drawn down. His IRA is required, moving the RMDs into a brokerage account. He has a good pension, Social Security, about $200,000 in a brokerage account, and about $200,000 in a MYGA.
Multi-year guaranteed annuity.
Oh, pretty good.
Wow.
He doesn't need the money, so it's just moved from one account to another. He is concerned about the current tax rates expiring in 2026 and wants to move the balance of his IRA, about $80,000, out before then. He is continuing to move the RMDs, which amount to be about $10,000 a year, into the brokerage, but wants to move or convert an additional $15,000 or $20,000 per year into the Roth IRA. This will still keep him in the 22% tax bracket and under IRMAA. 2 questions have surfaced. He does not have a current Roth IRA. So, as this would be new, what would his withdrawal limitations be in depositing money into his new Roth in 2022, 2023, and 2024, given the 5-year rule for conversions?
Okay, good question.
Yeah, very good question. So, second question is, in the event he would pass before each of the Roth conversions are 5 years old, what are the withdrawal limitations for his adult child beneficiaries? Thanks for the great show, Gus. All right, Gus, thank you for the question. All right. So he's got a 93-year-old dad.
Right. That does not have a Roth IRA.
And was looking to open up his first Roth IRA.
Yep.
Ah, low virgin.
Yep.
After 93 years. Congratulations.
Better late than never.
Welcome to the show. All right. So he can open up a Roth IRA, no problem. And he can deposit money into the account, no problem. The only issues with the 5-year clock is that he will not be able to take basically any earnings out of the account for 5 years. The 5-year clock will start with the first dollar that hits the first Roth IRA in regards to earnings. The 5-year clock has 2 clocks, one for contributions and one for conversions.
Correct.
And so there's this rule when it comes to conversions that you have a 5-year clock on contributions for each conversion that you make if you're under 59.5.
Correct. Yeah. So you can do a contribution, which is the $6,000 a year, $7,000. You can pull the money out right away. No penalty because it's a contribution.
But Gus's dad does not qualify for the contribution because he does not have earned income.
That's correct. And so I want to make that point because when you said he can deposit money to the Roth, he can do a conversion. Yes. He can't do a contribution unless he's got earned income, which I'm presuming he doesn't.
Correct. And earned income is wages, self-employment income, something that you pay
Correct.
tax on.
Yeah, that's right.
So the 5-year clock needs to be 5 years. So let's say Gus's dad puts the money into the Roth IRA this year and passes away. So in Gus is Gus the dad or is Gus the guy? I don't know.
I think he's the son.
Okay, good. So Gus is the son. He inherits dad's Roth IRA, right? So the Roth IRA was open in 2022. Right, he still has to wait 5 years to get any of the earnings out of that inherited Roth IRA out tax free.
Right, I agree with that.
Gus's dad or Gus still needs to distribute all of the money out within 10 years as well. But he can wait the first 5 years, don't take anything out because he's going to be taxed on it, and then wait after that 5 years. Then he has another 5 years to let the money continue to compound tax free. And then let's say in the 10th year, he could take all that money out and have a tax-free treatment. If he pulls the money out prior to the end of the 5-year clock, Gus is going to be taxed.
You're talking about the earnings, though, only.
Earnings only.
Yeah. So let's be clear about that. So dad does a $50,000 conversion, $20,000 conversion, whatever the number is. And because Gus's dad is over 59 and a half, he could actually pull that money out right away. But if the 20,000 grows to 21,000, that's where that extra $1,000, you got to wait for 5 years. So if Gus were to inherit the account before 5 years, Gus could still pull out the 20,000 because that's the conversion amount, but he'd have to wait for that extra $1,000 until 5 years has lapsed.
So the reason for the 5-year clock on conversions, each conversion has its own 5-year clock. If you're under 59 and a half, it's because people would convert their IRA to a Roth IRA prior to 59 and a half, and then they would take the conversion money out of the account, and it would avoid the 10% early withdrawal penalty. So the IRS says, well, there's a loophole here. So each conversion has to wait 5 years for you to get the conversion amount if you're under 59 and a half. So I'm 50 years old. I do a conversion. I could get the conversion amount out after 55. I do another conversion the next year. Now I got to wait for 56 for that conversion, and so on and so forth. Once you hit 59 and a half, then the conversion 5-year clock kind of molds into the contribution 5-year clock.
Same rule as contributions at that point.
Right. In this case, he's already got the account for over 5 years. Or if Gus's dad passes, Gus is going to have to wait for 5 years to take a total tax-free distribution out of the account. And I'm talking earnings only.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.